Hey everyone, Jeff Wild here. Just wanted to do a quick video tutorial that will give you maybe a little tip on how to read the market. This is something I haven't talked about before. We're going to look at the pound yen 30-minute chart. The black line is my turning point down level. Okay, as you can see here. Now the market opened up January 14th. This was a Sunday night. And after the market sold off here, notice that, let me just see if I can blow that up a little bit more. Okay, so over in this area, when you start seeing a situation where you get like the bars kind of wrapping themselves around the turning point level, in other words, maybe one bar goes across it, the next one goes up above. So basically you can't get any direction. You're getting in a very tight consolidation range. The minute you start seeing this, walk away. All right, I'm not embarrassed to say that when I start seeing this, I'm totally confused. I can't make sense out of it. That tells me that it's almost like a coin toss as far as which way the market's going to go. So when that happens, move to a market where things look clearer. Okay, now let me give you an example. If we go to the euro, Japanese yen over here on a 30-minute chart. Okay, this is the 14th. Okay, this was Sunday night my time. Notice that the market had made one swing high and another one. When I see that, that's kind of the tip-off that we could have a trading setup. Now I also look at the stochastics. They're diverging down. In other words, the market's making higher highs, but the stochastics are making lower highs. That's an indication the market could sell off. We have the inside bar, which I really like to trade off of. It's right there. I would short the low of it. Okay, now you will notice that eventually the market came back and went above this swing high. All right, so if you ran your stop too close to this swing high, you would have got stopped out. I like to put my stop beyond the turning point level, so 5 to 10 pips. Now, one thing to keep in mind is if the stop is too big, wait for a better opportunity. In other words, you have to know before you get into the trade how much you're risking, and if the risk is too big for your budget or your account, just wait. Something better will come along. Now, we actually had something come along not too far later. Notice we made another swing high here. So remember, we had one swing high, two, and another one, and we had an inside bar here. We can short below the low of that, and the stop is going to be smaller because now our stop is just going to be beyond the turning point level there. The market did drop about 150 pips from this area. Okay, it eventually had a very strong reversal back up to the line, so you can see how my lines act like magnets. Now let me just reframe this a bit. You can see here that it didn't get anywhere near my turning point down level. That's the ultimate goal. In other words, if I'm selling, I want it to go all the way down to this level. That's how you get to pick up the big trades. There was a few little clues that told you this thing might run out of steam. That's something I'm going to cover in an upcoming advanced workshop. So that's it. I hope everybody makes lots of pips this week.